Hi, my name is Vidal, and this is third week unit um, from 11 until 15. Difficult college. Do you have a problem with a difficult people at work? Do you have a colleague who is always late, who is always criticizing your work, or who can never decide anything? Recent research suggests that you are not alone. Many managers face that they are spending more and more time dealing with difficult people and trying to stop confrontations at work. Katarina Gerhardt, a leading management consultant, has spent over 3 years looking in the problem of conflicts in the office or on the factory floor. Her report lists some of the commonest types of difficult people. Mr. Angry, this person is almost impossible to control his emotions at work. He becomes aggressive and shoots and screams until he gets his way. This behavior can be very intimidating for other people and can lead to serious problems in a department or in a company. Mrs. Indecisive, she is completely unable to make a decision. She prefers a wait and see approach even the most trivial questions. Take weeks or months to decide. Catherine Gerhardt gives several examples of cases where slow decision-making has led to losses of important contracts and millions of dollars in revenue. Mr. Rumor. He's normally an insecure person who feels threat- threatened by colleagues. He may feel that people dislike him or think that his work is poor. His reaction is to talk about people behind their backs and spread rumors about them. This usually creates a bad working atmosphere and can even affect productivity in extreme cases. Mr. Wright, he is convinced that his and only his opinions are correct, and that his decisions are the right ones. Katarina Gerhardt says that Mr. Wright is very common in senior management positions. He is only interested in himself. He dismisses his colleagues' contributions and will only listen to his own opinions. He is usually the worst kind of team leader. For some people, being difficult is a full-time job. This can make life impossible for colleagues and can even lead to people leaving the company. So what's the solution? Katarina Gerhardt says that some types of poor behavior are so difficult that so satisfactory solution can be given. However, she does suggest some ways for managers to deal with problem people. First of all, arrange a meeting with a difficult person. Make sure that you meet somewhere quiet and not in the middle of a busy office with phones ringing and visitors arriving. Listen to his or opinion. Don't give the impression that you are not interested in the reasons for the problem. Try to find some points you can agree on if possible. Emphasize that you are interested in finding a solution to the problem. Don't listen to rumor or opinion. Concent- Concentrate on the facts of the case. Turn the conversation to specific cases of difficult behavior. Behavior. Don't repeat vague accusations or second-hand stories from colleagues in your department. So what's the solution? Katerina Gerhardt says that sometimes of behavior are so difficult that no satisfactory solution can be given. However, she does suggest some ways for managers to deal with problem people. First of all, arrange a meeting with the difficult person. Make sure that you meet somewhere quiet and not in the middle of a busy office with phones ringing and visitors arriving. Listen to his or her opinion. Don't give the impression that you are not interested in in the reasons for the problem. Try to find some points you can agree on if possible. Emphasize, emphasize that you are interested in finding a solution to the problem. Don't listen to rumor or opinion. Concentrate on the facts of the case. Turn the conversation to specific cases of difficult behavior. Don't repeat vague accusations or second-hand stories from colleagues in your department. A coworker nearly died in front of me at work today. By then, I counted to 10, calmed down, and put the book back in my desk. Difficult coworkers and how to protect yourself. Confrontations at work. Labor conflicts can seriously affect the operation and productivity of the company. So it is essential to anticipate them. And when this is not possible, resolve them quickly. The factory floor, the part of the factory among ordinary workers where products are made, there is talk on the factory floor about a possible strike. The company, a company is an organization of people and resources that seek to achieve an economic benefit with the development of a particular activity. This productive unit can have only one person and must seek profit and achieve a series of objectives set in its formation. The solution. The best business solutions on the market are capable of addressing a stage of a strategic project. This by centralizing all the information and using artificial intelligence techniques to perform advanced analytics and business intelligence tasks. Department. The Department of Labor is responsible for administering federal employment laws such as the minimum wage law. Do you have relate question answers and arguments? Do you have a problem with difficult people at work? Say responsibly recognizing that you are not a victim of the situation or the problematic person will help you take initiative and not blame others for what happens to you. Do you have a colleague who is always late, who always criticizes your work, or who can never decide anything? You have been able to be late on more than one occasion, but and physical reasons can be hidden behind chronic and persistent tardiness. What are colleagues who do not work well? An incompetent coworker is one who does as little as possible, and it's not that he's a bad person as such, but in the workplace, his incompetence, lack of motivation, and responsibility can cause the task assigned to him. How to know if a coworker is jealous of you? He notices your mistakes and is different to your achievements. It hinders your work, maliciously inter- interprets your advances, put down your ideas, and sign of an envious coworker has hostile attitudes for no reason. What is behind envy? Envy comes from comparison. People who spend all their time comparing themselves to others and stop saying the good in themselves. Working conditions. I work for a credit card company. I get subsidized side daycare for my 3 years old son, which is a real bonus for a working mother, right? Now the company is paying for me to do an MBA part time. We also have on-site dry cleaning, haircuts, manicures, shoe repair, and driving range. I work in the legal department of a large publishing company. The company likes to get involved in the local community, and we're paid for 25 hours a year of volunteer work. Last year, I helped out at an old people's home. The company also sponsors the local theater, and we get a 25% discount on the theater tickets. I am a supervisor at a large food processing company. The company provides a fresh uniform every day. We get free breakfast too, and every day there is a free exercise class during the lunch hour. The company owns a vacations campsite, and I take my family three every year. If I have perfect attendance each month, I get a bonus of 100. That is a benefit I really appreciate. I work for a small packaging company. We don't get too many benefits, but the company has a good pension plan and health insurance, and 10% of the profits go into a profit sharing plan. When business is bad, we don't get our annual salary increase. Every summer, we have a company picnic. Credit card company. The most used credit card franchises are currently MasterCard and Visa, since they have the largest number of plastics and the transactions made with these franchises exceed by about 5 times those registered with Diners Club and American Express, the legal department of a large publishing company. It is the division of the company that deals with everything related to legal or judicial matters that have to do with the company. It is responsible for the development or regulations, legal representation in conflicts or litigation, lawsuits, and business. The company provides the cell phone royalty provided by the company to the worker is not within the exceptions contemplated in succession. A local community is a fairly small group of people sharing a place of residence and a set of institutions based on this fact. Annual salary. The annual base salary is the minimum amount of money you are paid for a job. They are fixed income that is normally received in the form of periodic payroll throughout the year. Credit card relation questions answers. How to promote a credit card. Give priority to digital media. Reward the number of transactions, not that you take into account the fear of debt. What does a car seller do? Cash opening, car payment, billing, cash handling, and customer service. What is the best sales strategy? In short, there is no better sales strategy than seeing an effective product that works. Try to highlight the aspects of your product or service that meet expectations. What are the advantages of having a credit card? Finance your purchase. One of the most important advantages is that you can finance your purchase of products and services. Security when buying rewards. What is the placement of credit cards? The placement, or also called bank placement, allows the putting of money into circulation in the economy. That is, the bank generates new money from the capital or resource that it obtains through the capital. Hiring producers. We're one of the largest construction companies in Japan. We usually hire our younger staff straight from college. During their final year at college, we interview a number of candidates and later they take a writing examination. We sometimes hire from outside the company for senior positions or specialist skills. I'm the president of a small plastic factory in Sydney, Australia. If I need people, I get my employees to ask around and I advertise locally at the employment office, in the local newspapers, and outside the factory. I don't care too much about a person's previous training or experience. I prefer to give someone the job first and see how they do. I work for an advertising agency in London. Like many ad agencies, we're always looking for new people, and we do a lot of head hunting. If we hear about someone who has talent and ambition, We contact them and arrange as informal meeting. If both sides are interested, we work out a deal. We are a large French computer manufacturer, and we use a number of tests, including an EQ test and multiple choice personality test to help us select employees. We've done some research into handwriting analysis. We don't use it at present, but we're considering it. We like to find out as much as possible about people before we hire them. Glossary. The largest construction companies in Japan, Toyota, Nintendo, Canon, Sony, Komatsu Limited, hiring producers. That's a is a process that recruitment and consists in identify what's the best way gov- government to find to rent a service or public product who offers the employment office. In the employment office, two administrations coexist, the state and the autonomous with complementary powers. Agencies. An agency is a company that is decided to providing services and that in general manages matters that are not its own. Manufacturer. The manufacturer is that entrepreneur or company that develops finished products from raw materials that is aimed at the financial consumer. Relation questions answers. What are public procurement procedures? Public procurement refers of any products concerning the acquisition or release of goods, execution of public works, of provision of service including consulting service. What are the main industries in Japan? Major export industries in Japan include automobiles, uh, consumer electronics, see electronic industry in Japan, computers, semiconductors, copper, iron, and steel. Why is Japan a rich country? Japan's economy is the third largest in the world after the United States and China. For cooperation between government and industries, the Japanese custom of hard work. What is the required to work in London? You need a work permit visa to work in the UK. What charges are there in an advertising agency? Credit and the director without about it is one of the most important positions in advertising agency project manager with the billboard UX UE designer social media administrator content manager community manager and graphic designer. This is all for me and Carlos has the first part. See you, teacher.